Last time I dined at this Disney World restaurant, I had one of the worst meals ever. But with a brand new menu, has it gotten any better? Today we head to Nine Dragons in Epcot's China Pavilion to find out. When I saw Nine Dragons had a new menu, I knew I had to come give it another shot. Like I mentioned, my last meal here was awful. I'm sorry, but there's no other way to say it, which is very unfortunate because I absolutely love Chinese food, but I'm sure a lot of you guys share the same sentiment as me that Nine Dragons is just lacking. But who knows, maybe this new menu will blow me away. Either way, I'm gonna give you guys my honest review. So with that being said, if you like honest Disney food reviews, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's head inside. Well, folks, we have made our way into Nine Dragons to a pretty empty dining room, which I must say I'm not very surprised about. I feel like the people that really back this restaurant like it because you can pretty much always get a reservation. When I checked like 5 minutes before I made one, I could have gotten a reservation at any time that I wanted, which I will say, that is definitely a perk because some of these restaurants are really hard to find a reservation at. I am currently the only person in this one side of the dining room that I'm sitting in. Like, I'm not even kidding you, I'm the only one actually here. Now, there are, of course, some other tables in, like, some of the other dining rooms filled up, but it's just pretty empty here. You can almost always find a reservation or just get a walk-up table if you want. And aside from the fact that you could almost always get a table at this restaurant, I feel like one of the other reasons that the Nine Dragons loyalists really back this restaurant is because the pricing is cheaper than most other restaurants, but you guys are gonna soon find out. That may not be the case anymore. With the menu change, also brought the prices quite a bit up. Before I show you guys this new menu, there's a couple things I want to talk about regarding my last visit here. I said it wasn't good. It was really bad, mainly because the entree that I got, guys, it was a plate of oil. I couldn't even believe that they served me that and they looked at that and they were like, okay, putting that in front of me. It blew my mind. It tasted like I was just just drinking vegetable oil. That's literally what it tasted like. It was non-edible. And I know there's gonna be people saying, oh, if you didn't like it, why didn't you tell them and get a new dish? Guys, I am judging and critiquing the food that is placed in front of me. If you're gonna serve me a dish that looks like this or isn't the best, that's what I'm critiquing. There's no like redos or anything. I'm critiquing what is placed in front of me, and that's it. You guys know, if what's placed in front of me isn't good and I don't like it, I will be telling you guys. I'm really hoping that is not the case today here with this new menu. And one more thing before we get to go over the menu here, I want to show you some of the drinks because I'm pretty sure I'm seeing some different things here, specifically in the lychee martini. Now, if I'm remembering correctly, I don't think they had that last time I was here because I feel like I definitely would have gotten it. I do enjoy a good lychee martini, and I'm curious to see how it would be from here. I don't know. Should I order it, guys? Well, I gave in. I couldn't resist. I got the lychee martini. This has vodka, lychee puree, and vermouth for $15. Guys, this is the tiniest lychee martini I ever did see. This glass, I don't know if you could tell in the video, but this glass is the size, like if you get a martini flight somewhere, this is the size of the glass. I know they have a martini flight over at the Brown Derby in Hollywood Studios. I am almost positive the glasses for those are the same size as this one, and you get 3 of them. So we're working with a very tiny lychee martini here. Let's see how it is. All right. It's tiny but mighty. That is a very strong lychee martini, which I am not mad about. If I'm paying $15 for this tiny drink, I want to taste the alcohol. One thing about it, I will say, it's thick. It's almost like thicker than any other lychee martini that I've ever had. Maybe that's because it's made with like a lychee puree, so it's creating it a little bit of a thickness. I don't know if they usually I don't know if you could juice a lychee, but I don't know if they usually maybe strain it a little bit more so it's not as thick. But this is a thick lychee martini. The glass is also very sticky. I feel my hands sticking together, so they might have poured half of it on this glass too, but the taste is good. It's nice and sweet, nice and strong. I do enjoy it. I just wish it was bigger. I am definitely gonna have to use the condensation of this water though to rinse my hands and get all the stickiness off. I wish you were able to get this like to go, because I don't think they serve lychee martinis anywhere in the China Pavilion where you can kind of just like walk around with it. I don't think they have it at like the stand or anything. So I wish there was a bar in here so you could kind of just come up, grab yourself a lychee martini and walk around the World Showcase with it, because this would be probably my go-to drink in the China Pavilion if you could get it to go. All right, now that we've gotten a little beverage, I'm going to show you guys the appetizers here. We'll get to the entrees later. Let's just stick to the apps to start. There's a stuffed crab claw that is new. There are some smoked duck bao buns, some cheesy crab wontons, these shrimp dumplings, chicken pot stickers, veggie spring rolls, some wontons in chili oil, and a crab and corn soup. Now, I may be wrong, but I've never seen this on a Chinese restaurant menu before. You know, you're used to seeing wonton soup, egg drop soup, hot and sour soup. Crab and corn soup, although it sounds good, I love like a corn chowder, a corn bisque, so it sounds good. It just, is that a Chinese dish? Like, I genuinely don't know, so let me know in the comments if you do know. It's just interesting that it's on here because I've never seen it on a Chinese restaurant menu before. Last time I was here for my appetizer, I ended up going with the wontons in chili oil, and I thought they were like, okay. They weren't something that I would probably really ever get again, and especially now after going to Din Tai Fung a handful of times, I know a good wonton in chili oil, and this wasn't it. It wasn't awful, but it also wasn't great. So I decided to go with some different new things on the menu. Specifically, this stuffed crab claw. This is a deep fried snow crab claw stuffed with shrimp and squid and served with sweet and sour sauce for $14. I'm not exactly sure when this new menu came out, but since it is so new, I'm not really knowing what to expect when I see these dishes. Usually when I go to a restaurant, I look up photos, I look up videos beforehand, so I know what all the food looks like and I know what I want to order, but I haven't seen any videos or any photos of any of this food here, so I had no idea what to expect. And when this stuffed crab claw was placed in front of me, this is definitely not what I was expecting. We have got our crab claw here that's been stuffed with shrimp and squid, and it's sitting on top of a giant onion, and then it looks like it's in some type of like chili sauce, or that's the sweet and sour sauce actually. I have been given some chopsticks, and I of course have a fork and knife as well, but I'm not quite sure how to attack this little claw here. Do I eat it with chopsticks? Do I pick it up? Do I use a fork and knife and cut it in half? We have to pick it up. We have to see what this is all about. I feel like this little onion thing here is even like getting in the way, because I want to dunk the claw here in the sweet and sour sauce, but the onion is like just covering all the sauce here. Let's go for a dunk. We'll try it out. I don't know if I'm doing this correctly, but okay, first observation. I'm a little bit confused. So I feel like they kind of ground up all of the seafood together. They kind of like chopped it really, really fine and almost created a paste. And then they formed it into an oval and deep fried it. But the seafood and the shrimp and the squid and the crab itself is very spongy and tough, and like not in a good way. The fry is good on there. I do enjoy the sweet and sour sauce, but it's just the inside filling that I'm having a little bit of a tough time getting around to. I want to take another bite here, and maybe that'll kind of assist my analysis. Unfortunately, the second bite, I think I like even less, and it's really because of that texture in there. It's not good, and it almost has like no flavor. The only flavor that I taste is the sweet and sour sauce from the bottom. Like, I'm not getting much of a seafoody kind of flavor. Like, you know when you get like a turkey burger or some type of burger, and it like the meat is like, it's kind of hard to describe. The meat is just like way overdone, and like it's just way too cooked through. That's kind of what I'm getting here. It's just ground up into a paste, and it looks like, you know what it looks like too? It looks like the inside of like a fast food chicken nugget, where it like looks fake. Like, I don't know if you could fully tell the spongy texture from this video here, but in person, it looks like that spongy, fake chicken nugget that you would get at like specifically Burger King or even Wendy's. It looks like the inside of a Burger King or a Wendy's chicken nugget. I can't do the texture. Lacking flavor other than the sauce. $14 for one of these. It's a no for me. And that onion, the onion is so unnecessary in this dish. I don't know how you would even incorporate the onion into eating this. I guess it's just supposed to be a garnish, but overall, I had to buy the $14 singular crab claw just to see. It was an experiment, and it failed, unfortunately. I did not just stop there with the appetizers, though. I also got the Ha Gao shrimp dumplings. These are steamed shrimp dumplings with a pumpkin puree, chili oil, and truffle sauce for $12. Just like with the crab claw, I wasn't quite sure what to expect with these shrimp dumplings because, again, I haven't seen any photos or videos of this new menu anywhere. But I will say, I definitely was not expecting only 3 tiny shrimp dumplings. I also wasn't expecting the pumpkin puree to be more of like a yellow gel on the bottom of my plate. This is not a pumpkin puree, I will tell you that. I know what a pumpkin puree is. And this is maybe a pumpkin gel, but some type of yellow gel. And overall, pumpkin and shrimp seems like a very, very strange combo, especially for a Chinese restaurant. I didn't know they use pumpkin in food there, but we'll try this out. Guys, that was not it. I have absolutely no idea what I even just ate. But all I felt, again, another texture. That stuff on the bottom, it is so slimy, and that's the first thing that hit my mouth, and it was not a pleasant experience. The inside tasted of cardboard, and I'm not really quite sure what I actually just ate inside of that dumpling, so I do want to cut it open and kind of take a peek because now I'm curious because the flavor, not good. Time for the shrimp dumpling inspection, and look at how they're just like sticking to the plate in that gel, in that whatever that gel is. Is the pumpkin in here? And maybe we gotta get a closer look at this. What is in here? No, it's just shrimp in there, but it looks the same as what was in the crab claw that's over there. It's like a ground up like paste. Do you guys see? I don't think the camera is picking up the textures that I am currently experiencing. I don't think the camera is doing it justice. The neon yellow, I guess, pumpkin puree, it almost tastes like sour candy. Like it almost tastes like a sweet tart in there. Oh my god, that is really, really bad. They also say this has a truffle sauce, which I guess they are classifying as a tiny shake of maybe like truffle powder, black truffle powder on top, because there's no truffle sauce on this. It is maybe just a little shaking of truffle powder, and you cannot taste it. I mean, whatsoever. You cannot taste any type of truffle. So if that's how they're justifying serving me 3 shrimp dumplings for $12, man. That was foul. That might go down. I think that is going to be in my worst food I ate in 2024 in Disney World list. I mean, potentially both of them, but specifically the shrimp dumplings. They are actually nauseating. I kind of want it off the table. I need this to wash that awful flavor out of my mouth. Oh. Bring me back to life, lychee martini. But while we are taking a little break from the food, I just want to take a moment to appreciate the views from this restaurant. I love a good World Showcase restaurant with beautiful windows in here. You can overlook the World Showcase. You can even see Figment in the back there. You can see the Imagination Pavilion peeking out. I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up. It is such a good view. This restaurant inside is really, really beautiful. Great vibe, and I wish I could sit by the window. I think they're all like bigger tables by the window, but I would love to sit on that window there and people watch. But now back to the food and entrees. I am looking at you. This is brand new here, the glazed prawns with pistachios. They also have a dry braised prawn, a typhoon shelter sole, a smoked duck fried rice, Canton pepper beef stir fry, a Szechuan shuzu beef, Kowloon spare ribs, honey sesame chicken, spicy honey chicken, a Kung Pao duo, spicy mala happy family, my worst enemy there, and the vegetable stir fry. Now, as you guys were looking over the menu with me, you might have kind of started to pick up on the pricing differences that I mentioned in the beginning of this video, where I said the pricing has went up quite a bit. I feel like in the past you were able to get pretty much almost every single meal on this menu for under $30. Now there are more items that are over $30 than under $30. But for the things that are in the $20 price range, you can pretty much get all of them outside at the quick service restaurant, Lotus Blossom Cafe, for $14.75. So under $15, you could get like the crispy chickens and stuff like that just outside for way less money, a comparable dish for less money. So take what you will with that. I instead got the Szechuan shuzu beef. This has bistro beef, white mushrooms, baby corn, wide glass noodles with a Szechuan chili oil broth for $35. Now this is a big old bowl of soup, it looks like, just like with the noodles and all the veggies and all the beef. So hopefully it's good, but it gets an A+ for portion size. I gotta show you my hand next to this bowl to show you just how big it is. Like, I think now you can kind of tell. It's a humongous bowl of food here. It's actually kind of funny because when I was getting ready to come to Epcot today, I was about to put on a beige t-shirt, of course from Shop LBV, which link in the description for all the t-shirts that you see me wearing in any of my videos. I was about to put on a beige Fantasmic Sorcerer Mickey t-shirt. And then I was like, you know what? Not a good idea. Anytime I go to any type of like Asian restaurant, or if I'm getting like soup or some type of soy saucy dish, I always end up, without a doubt, with it all over my shirt. So I was like, you know what? I gotta wear the darker tee so that in case I get any type of broth or anything or oil on my shirt, you'll be able to spot it a little bit less. But let's dig in here. Let's grab ourselves a piece of beef, and I'm a little worried because this beef does look very similar to the beef I got from the spicy mala happy family, which I hated. Guys, what a sad day. It's not a good day for textures here at the local Nine Dragons. That beef is so chewy and tender, but like not in a good way, in a way that it's like falling apart gritty in your mouth, and it tastes like I'm just like gnawing on fat. See that little splash right there? That's why I didn't wear the beige tee, but let's try one of these glass noodles. The noodles themselves are very slippery, very kind of like slimy. I would have preferred pretty much like any type of other noodle in this dish, and maybe that was my bad and mess up on this because I've never had glass noodles before, so I kind of wanted to try them out, you know? And maybe this just wasn't the place to do it because I'm not a huge fan of them. I don't think it's like really awful, but I would, like I said, I would have preferred any type of noodle. If there was like some type of ramen in here or some type of like any type of other noodle, like a lo mein noodle, anything like that, or even like a rice noodle in here, I think that would have tasted a bit better. My real issue in this dish, this beef, it's really, I don't even want to take another bite of it, but I guess I will. I don't know. That beef is just not it. I am staying away from the beef from now on at this restaurant. I will never get another beef dish here. Mark my words. I think I've discovered what one of the big issues is with the entrees that I've gotten from here. It's this beef. Let me try some of this broth here on its own. Okay. The broth is not the issue. The broth is actually delicious. That broth is so good. It has the perfect amount of heat. but be warned, it is very, very spicy. I can handle spice, so I enjoy this level of heat for myself, but if you don't like heat, do not get this dish. It is spicy. The broth almost reminds me of like a birria consomme. Like that's kind of what it tastes like to me. It's smoky, super spicy, super savory, salty. The broth is really, really quite good. But this might be a rice and broth and veggie night for me. I'm gonna get some of the rice here with the broth from the soup. That's the best bite of food I've had all night. This dish here was $35, and it's just got me thinking of all of the other amazing dishes that I could get at Disney World for that price. That is an expensive entree. That's $35. That's a lot of money, and we talked about them upping the prices of this menu, which I'd be fine with. Up the prices. But you gotta have the food quality to back up those prices, and I do not think this restaurant does at all. Let's look at the dessert menu. Here we have a strawberry crepe cake. Sounds interesting. We also have a ube cheesecake. I can't resist. It's definitely what I'm getting. And they have a mango pudding as well. This definitely seems to be an upgrade from the last time I was here, because I remember they pretty much only had like ice cream when I was here, and I got a strawberry red bean ice cream, and I remember it being amazing. I'm not sure if you could still get it or not, if they still have the ice cream, because this is all I'm seeing on the dessert menu here. But I can't resist an ube flavored anything if I have the opportunity to get it. So here we have the ube cheesecake. It's made with cream cheese and real purple sweet potato and complemented by a crustless bottom layer of vanilla cheesecake for $14. I have never had an ube dessert that I didn't like, and I also have never seen an ube dessert this bright. It doesn't even look like ube. Like, it looks like dragon fruit almost. And also look at how humongous these blueberries are on top. They're like insanely large. Let's go for it. Well, there's a first for everything, because this is the first ube dessert that I've had that I didn't love. And it's because it does not taste like ube whatsoever. This menu, I'm looking at it right now, specifically says it's made with real purple sweet potatoes. This looks like a lot of artificial coloring, and it tastes like cleaning product. You know how like ube almost has, to me it almost has like a cookies and cream flavor. I don't know if that's for everyone, but it almost tastes like chocolatey, like earthy and chocolatey, and I just love it. And this does not have any of that flavor at all. It tastes fruity and floral, like a cleaning product. I don't know what's going on here. Giant blueberry? Well, rice for dinner, blueberries for dessert. And I just want to say, my server, sweetest guy, super, super nice. So this is not a reflection of the service or anything. This is strictly the food. And I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Well, guys, we need to chat. I've made my way outside, and I'm just taking a second to gather my thoughts. But all around, again, that had to be one of the worst meals I've had at Disney. I would not order or recommend anything that I got today. And I tried a lot of things. I tried 2 appetizers, an entree, and a dessert. The lychee martini, that I would get. The drink was good. With that being said, if you're thinking about going to Nine Dragons and you see something on the menu that you're really interested in trying, by all means, please go. Try it out for yourself. This is just my opinion on what I tried today, and I didn't care for it. I know there are a bunch of Nine Dragons fans out there, probably a lot that are watching this video. It's just, after 2 visits within the last year, it's just not for me. Which is a shame, because I really love Chinese food, whether it's more like Americanized New York style Chinese food, or if it's like authentic dim sum Chinese food. I love Chinese food. It's a shame that this pavilion just doesn't get it right. So with that, I think I am done dining in the China Pavilion for quite a while. I want to hear from you guys though. Let me know your thoughts on Nine Dragons down below in the comments. I feel like it's going to be a 50-50 swing here, whether you like it or not. I know every time I post a video on it, or last time I posted a video on it, I got a lot of Nine Dragon love in the comments. So whether you like it, whether you don't, let me know in the comments. I want to see, I'm curious. Thank you to all of my Patreon subscribers and to all of you guys for checking out this video. Again, if you like honest Disney food reviews, I've got a ton more coming your way, so hit that subscribe button and I'll see you guys then. Bye.